Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Awesome. Awesome. Brett Caldwell here. I am here with Kia Najatian. Did I say that right?
You did.
All right. He is the expert on Keller Concierge. And without wasting any time, Kia, let's dive into this. So, Keller Concierge, a product of Keller Offers, has kind of gone through some evolutions over the years. What I might have heard it was at one point may not be exactly what it is today. So maybe just kind of tell us about the evolution and who are you today?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. So Revive was born out of the kind of the necessity of um, having you know providing a service to homeowners. Essentially, the biggest pain point for homeowners and even agents is finding that contractor that they trust and that they can lean on and that can provide consistent and quality work. And so today we have two products. The first product is it's an end-to-end product where we provide the guidance as much or as little as the real estate agent or the client needs. So behind me, we have a team of property advisors. Their job is to sit down with you and discuss what is the as-is value of the home, what work needs to be done, how much that's going to cost, and what is the after renovated value. These are conversations that your general contractor doesn't have with you, but we want to because our job is to help your clients maximize the ROI. The second kind of way that we kind of help clients, your clients, is that we front the money for renovations, and so regardless of how much that is, it's free of cost. We simply front the money when the home sells. We take out our escrow. And lastly, and perhaps most uniquely, is that we're not a general contractor. We have a supported network of contractors. So what does that mean? You can imagine when you call up your contractor and say, "Hey, I got a listing. Can you come check it out?" Think about all the things that that contractor has to do, which does not equate to actually swinging hammers. That person has to get up, come to the site, meet with you for 40 minutes, go back home, place a bid. They may or may not win that bid because your client wants multiple bids, right? That takes away from what contractors are good at doing and what they want to be doing, which is swinging hammers. And so that's what Revive does. Revive is the back office of contractors. We are the ones that meet with you, put together the scope of work, the budget. We do the design, the material procurement, everything. And so
Yeah,
when we go to our local contractors, all they're thinking about is swinging hammers.
got it. So Kia, let me cut you off for a minute. So what I'm hearing you say is a lot of great stuff, but I want to try to pull some nuggets out of this. So you used the word revive, and I used the word Keller Concierge. What's the relationship with
Sure.
revive and Keller Concierge?
Sure. That's a fantastic question. And I use Revive because we have two different products for different markets. And so yeah, we serve Keller agents, KW agents nationwide, and we have been. And so we've been partners of Keller Offers. And when you go through that certification for that program, you get access to Revive. Now it's important to note you know we do have two different programs depending on the markets that you're in, and I would love to kind of dive into that as well whenever you think it's appropriate.
Yeah, of course. So if I go to kelleroffers.com and on that website, there are a couple different offers. Obviously, the cash offer program, and there's a ready to sell program button. And when I click that ready to sell program button, it shows the map of all the markets that you guys will help people in. All the markets that I am involved in are certainly serviced by you guys, which is why we're doing this video. And obviously, that's how somebody engages you as well. They put their address in, it goes into the process. Do you see the agents putting the address in, or do you see the homeowner putting the address in?
Fantastic. That's a great question. We are a realtor-centric company. And so the workflow is very simple. You have a listing or you're trying to win a listing, regardless. You can come to us, you type in the address, either through that website, the Keller Offers website or our website, doesn't matter. You'll be presented with a calendar, select a time, that's convenient for you to hop on a call with one of our property advisors. Their job is to sit down with you and come up with a game plan that's rooted in ROI. And we discussed some things that I mentioned earlier, which is what is the asset value, what work needs to be done, how much that's going to cost, and what is the after renovated value. And the
Yeah.
reason why we meet with the agent first is we want to make sure we're aligned so that when you go to your clients, you're putting your best foot forward.
Absolutely. And I think this product today is going to be so much more relevant than maybe over the last 2 years. Because, man, if I'm being honest, the ugly houses we're selling the last 2 years, and good positioned, well staged, well conditioned houses are going to be properly marketed in the future, and this is a big part of that. And the necessity of what the product was built around was the need to do maintenance or improvements on properties in order to sell them, and the homeowner being deficient on the cash to do that. And that's really where this conversation starts, is in the middle of that conversation, right?
Yeah, 100%. And our focus is first and foremost maximizing the ROI for the client, but also time to market, making sure we do work that adds value but can be done in a timely manner as well. Um, and you can use Revive for value preservation work as well. So what I mean by that is things that need to be done just to sell the house, forget adding value. I'm talking about a leaky roof. I'm talking about a foundation repair, things that you just need to do to make sure you can even sell the house. So both work, value add and value preservation work is things that we can take care of.
Awesome. All right. So give me some logistics here. So I'm an agent. I go on a listing presentation. I immediately notice the house needs some TLC, as we call it in our industry. And my homeowner's starting to push back. And that's where I bring this value to the table. And I say, hey, we have some options if you're interested, because I do believe it'll put more money in your pocket throughout the process. So then they go to the website, right? And they engage with you on the website, and that's how the process starts. So I understand there's a couple different products, but I want to start with Revive Lite. So this is the product you offer in Atlanta, Georgia, correct? And you offer Revive Lite in a lot of cities, right? So kind of give me the gist of Revive Lite.
Yeah, so Revive Lite is a program that's available nationwide, and it's designed so that realtors don't have to come out of pocket. Because oftentimes realtors as the trusted advisors, they tell their clients that, hey, yeah, we need to do this listing preparation work. Client says, hey, I don't have the money, and the realtor comes out of pocket. That should not happen. Realtors are a trusted advisor in a transaction and not lenders. And so what we've designed this program to do is essentially front up to $25,000 so clients can get the necessary work done to the home before they take it to market. B, it's not a creditworthiness program. So it's not dependent on the creditworthiness of the client because it is not a loan. So it doesn't harm their credit, doesn't harm their chances of getting the next mortgage. It is simply money that we're fronting. And what we're taking into consideration is the equity that exists in the home. And so the program
But
is
you're
designed.
putting a lien on the property, more or less, for that value to front them the money, more or less, right?
Exactly. So we're not a general contractor, so it's not a mechanics lien. It's a deed of trust or UCC1 filing, and that's relatively easy to do. And so, clients get to hire and manage their own trades, and it can be up to 3 trades. And so, if you walk into a property that needs some decluttering, some staging, and maybe paint, this is a perfect program for that purpose, right? You already know someone that you've been working with for a decade. You're going to call that guy up. Your client doesn't come out of pocket. You don't come out of pocket. We pay the invoices. And when the home sells, however much money Revive has fronted, we simply take that money out of escrow plus a one-time consultation fee of 15%. So,
Got it.
so if we're paying $10,000 worth of invoices, once the home sells, we take $10,000 out plus 1,500, and that's all the client sees deducted from escrow.
Absolutely. I heard you say staging. Is that included in this?
Yeah, it is. So under this program, you get to hire up to 3 trades, and a stager can, in fact, be part of that.
Awesome. Interesting. I've not heard that before. So, I got to ask about the contingencies and all this. So let's say I have a listing, we engage in you, $20,000 gets fronted and requested, and we go down that process to get the house ready. What happens if the house doesn't sell, or like how do you guys get your money back?
That's a great question. So the money is due under 4 situations. First and foremost, when the home sells, money is taken out of escrow. Second is if the client cancels the listing agreement with you, the money becomes due. If
Ooh.
the client, for whatever reason, says, hey, take the property off of MLS and the property is no longer being actively marketed on MLS, the money becomes due. And under this program, Revive Lite, if the home doesn't sell in 6 months, the money becomes due. So those are the 4 situations where the money becomes due.
So one, obviously, if it sells, they got to pay up. But two, if they cancel their relationship with me as the real estate professional that brought you to them, or brought them to you, that actually causes them. So it's a retention thing in there for me as a real estate professional. And then, of course, if they stop marketing it, or it just flat doesn't sell, I get that. All right.
Exactly. And the thinking behind that, by the way, is we want to be working with serious sellers. And so if for whatever reason the seller canceled the listing agreement or wants to take the property off of market, those are not the folks that we want to be kind of targeting. That's why the money becomes due under those situations.
Yeah. So in this Revive Lite, I heard you say 25 grand, right? Is there a scenario where if I need 40 grand, this program's only going to fund me 25,000 in that scenario? Is that how that goes down?
Right.
Perfect. All right. So then, what did I not know, or what did I not ask you about Revive Lite that you think most agents want to know, or is there any other detail that's really relevant?
Yeah, I'll tell you kind of about the process. It's very, very simple. We always want to be speaking to the realtor first. So when you go on our website, revive.realestate, you click on Get Started, you type in the address and select a time. Now, the Revive Lite process is very simple. You will quickly have a conversation with one of our property advisors. You'll kind of say, hey, I have this listing. My client needs X amount of money to do this listing preparation work or light renovations done. And so our property advisors will have that conversation with you, and then we'll collect some qualification documents from, excuse me, the client.
Yeah.
And then we pay the trades directly. So it's pretty straightforward.
Perfect. So that's not a digital background. That's like the real property advisors back there
Yeah,
behind you.
exactly. The team is in a meeting right now, but yeah, this is our office. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So you said revive.real estate, kelleroffers.com, ready to sell. Both locations get you to the same place, right? Perfect. Man, I really appreciate you giving me the information around Revive Lite, Kia. That's been great.
Of course, yeah, happy to.
All right, so I'm going to extend this conversation around this flagship property or this flagship product that you only have available in Dallas, Fort Worth, in my markets, right? Obviously, it's not only Dallas, Fort Worth, but it's not available in Atlanta. It's only available in Dallas, Fort Worth, correct?
Correct. It's available across most major markets, and Atlanta is certainly something that we're looking at, but it is certainly available in Dallas, Fort Worth. That's right.
Okay, so tell me about it.
Yeah, so this is kind of the premise of our business is to help you know when it comes to finding contractors, there's a lot of anxiety and friction, whether it doesn't matter if you're a homeowner or a realtor. And so that is kind of the premise of our business is trying to make that experience better. And so earlier I mentioned we provide value in 3 ways in this Flagship product. You can imagine, and I'm going to, if you don't mind, Brett, I'm going to quickly share my screen. So, oh, it's okay. It seems like it's disabled.
You can.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Yeah. And I thought I'd share my screen, by the way, just because it may be easier to kind of visualize some of this. And I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
So, like when your client needs work done, there are certain barriers that they face. That's the guidance, the money, the contractor. Now, for those lighter work, for those listing preparation work, you're probably already doing this as a trust advisor. You are providing the guidance. You are providing your own money to get this work done. You already have a Rolodex of contractors, but you can imagine these hurdles become more difficult to overcome as projects get more complex. And that's what we're here to do. We are here to help agents provide guidance to, whether it's for themselves or for their clients, as much or as little as needed, right? So our job is to really put our investor hat on and say, hey, Mr. Realtor, Mrs. Realtor, I know you've thought about kitchen renovations, but homes in this neighborhood um, all have this type of renovation done, right? The comps that are selling in this area, this is what's common. And so our job is to really help kind of be second pair of eyes, essentially. We also front the money regardless of how much it costs, right? And so we want to make sure that homeowners are able to fully renovate their home without any friction or any having to come out of pocket. And this is done for free. It's simply money that we provide for free. And I'm going to answer the question of how do we make money in just a bit. And lastly, perhaps most uniquely, as I mentioned, we pair you with a contractor who's vetted, insured, and supported. This contractor's job is purely focused on delivering projects on time and on budget. So when I say fully supported, this is what I mean. We are the back office for contractors. We do everything for them that's required to be done prior to construction. We are the ones doing the budgeting, the scoping, the design, the material procurement, all the way to quality control. And so when we go to our local contractors in Dallas or Fort Worth, all they're thinking about is swinging hammers. They don't have to worry about consistently winning business and spending time driving to different homes and putting in bids that they may or may not win, right? For that reason, contractors under the Revive network simply get the projects done on time and on budget. So that's the difference between kind of Revive Lite and our Flagship product. Revive Lite is the money, the guidance without the contractor network. And then the Flagship product is end to end.
Perfect. So, what if I like to be in control? I'm giving up a little bit of control for this, right? I'm assuming that's a normal response, right?
Absolutely. So we work with sellers who are serious, and sellers who are serious can appreciate and understand what we do. Our job is simply to help them earn top dollar and get the work done and the home sold as soon as possible. Now, what the client decides is the level of finish. Hey, I want an economy bathroom or I want a luxury bathroom. What they do not decide on, because our design team decides that, are the actual, like the full design of the house, right? If we were to let the homeowner decide every last bit of detail, we're never going to get that project done in a timely manner. And so that's kind of where we step in. We kind of do all that legwork for the client and the realtor.
Got it. So obviously, if they're super wanting to be in control, they're paying for it themselves, right? But if they're asking for the assistance, they're asking for the guidance of experts, which is where you guys come in, is what I'm hearing you say. In this,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So same question. What happens if it doesn't sell? How do y'all get paid? Same deal?
Same deal. The only difference is under the Revive Lite program, if the home doesn't sell in 6 months, the money becomes due. Under this program, if the home doesn't sell in 12 months, the money becomes due.
Okay, so the same four deals. If it sells, obviously you get paid. If they cancel the relationship with the realtor, the money is due. If they take it off the MLS or stop marketing the property, the money's due. And then this program, it's a 12-month sell the house or pay up.
That's right.
There you go. What do you see most agents using these products for? Painting, or it's probably all across the board, I'm assuming.
It is all across the board. Uh, I'll tell you what agents are doing. Agents are using Revive as a prospecting tool. And I'll explain what I mean for that about, in a second. But they're also doing something very unique, which is when they're going to listing appointments, they're presenting their sellers with options. And that's what differentiates them from other agents. They'll go to the seller and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, we can sell your house as is. This is how much you should expect. We can do a little bit of work. This is how much you should expect. Or we can do some real equity or value extraction, and this is what you can expect. And by the way, you don't come out of pocket for this, right? So, so that's the difference is that you want to be able to, your clients are always expecting top dollar. And if your home's client is dated or distressed, you don't want to say, sorry, this is what it is. You want to go through them with options, say, sure, I will get you that amount that you're looking for, but here's what we need to do, right? And in terms of winning business, it's pretty simple. I mean, when you're on your farm, when you're door knocking, when you're making phone calls, uh, you can tell people that, hey, I have a team that can manage this entire process from start to finish, and you don't have to come out of pocket, right? So there's different ways that you can leverage the tools and services that we have available to your benefit.
I love it. Kia, this has been amazing. Why don't more people use it?
It is, the way we see it, pre-sale renovations has become an industry standard. However, uh, homeowners still have that anxiety. It's the anxiety of renovations is what prevents them from saying, yes, absolutely. And I can tell you the folks who've already used Revive once, they come back again and again because we've improved the process so much and we've streamlined it and we've made it so simple that they don't have to worry about that contractor walking off the job site. They don't have to worry about that contractor not delivering the projects on time and on budget. With Revive, you know exactly what to expect. We're in the game of consistency and transparency. So you know exactly what to expect. And there's a lot more that I haven't explained on this call,
Of
Brett,
course.
but we do quite a bit for the homeowner and agents that GCs just simply don't do.
Yeah. I appreciate that because I don't think we were going to be able to cover every little detail of what you do. And that's obviously an opportunity for people to go learn. Yet I wanted to hit the high points of, hey, if I didn't know this was even available, now I know it's available. I know the basics of the product and how to get more information, which is really to start the process on your website. Um, if I don't have a listing that I want to actually engage the process around, but I want to find more information. What's the best way to find that out?
Sure. On our website, there are multiple different options. One of them is submit a listing, but the other one is just schedule a call, a one-on-one call with someone like myself, so we can tell you more about Revive and kind of how we can be helpful.
Got it.
There's a ton of content on our website, and I will mention this. There's two things you want to pay attention to on our website. First and foremost, we have endless supply of case studies. You can leverage these case studies in two ways. One is just for yourself, so you can understand exactly how we do what we do. It's very simple. Go to Why Revive, click on case studies, and you can scroll nonstop, and there'll be endless case studies. Now, besides for you to understand exactly what we do, how we do what we do, these are real numbers. The case studies that you'll pull up, these are real numbers. The as-is value, how much money Revive fronted, how much the home sold for, and how much the homeowner benefited. Keep in mind, this number that you see here is an additional $600,000 that the homeowner benefited from pre-sale renovations. And this is information that you can also send to your clients so that they can understand the power of pre-sale renovations.
There you go.
And
I like
then,
this.
and then
It
one other
becomes a
thing,
marketing opportunity as well.
100%. Now, speaking of marketing opportunities, if you go to Learn and click on Marketing Center, there is a ton of collateral here that you can co-brand, whether it's white papers, one pagers, social media posts. And it's very simple. All you got to do is select something that you like, whether it's a white paper or a social media post, click on co-branded file, click on use template, and you get to slap your picture on here, your name, your contact information, your logo, and this is good to go. You can post this on Instagram, on Facebook, send it to your clients. And that's another way you can leverage our website.
I love it. All right, sir. You've been more than generous with your time. I wanted to keep it short and sweet, and you gave me more than I expected. So thank you very much, Kia. I appreciate you.
Thanks so much, Fred. Really appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.